Hey, it's Jim Check with Kelowna Now. It's the Jim and Jerry show with the Remax Report, and we got a special guest today. In the house, we have Brayden
Koop,
Cooper,
yeah.
Not Bradley Cooper, Brayden Cooper,
That's right, yeah. Glad we cleared that up.
So today we're going to show a listing that Brayden has, a really nice listing. And then Jerry and I are going to talk, about deciphering the stats, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to do that next week too, right? Or 2 weeks from now, right?
We'll talk about stats again a little bit more in detail in a couple of weeks, but we're going to just talk about the three different ways house prices are talked about today as well a bit.
Okay. What do you want to start with? You want to start with your listing, or?
Yeah. Now, you know what? Let's start with the markets. Let's start with the listing for sure.
Okay.
Let's get that one done.
We'll get the eye candy out of the way, right? Get the eye candy out of the way. So this is in Skyland Drive out in Wilden, I take it, right?
That's right, yeah. So we're out in Wilden. This property just hit the market. I'm actually super excited to tell you guys about it. Wilden's going to be one of Kelowna's favorite neighborhoods, and for good reason. Lots of awesome views up there. It's a super quiet and private area. Very elegant neighborhood. This property in particular is on 0.84 of an acre, so it's a pretty large lot.
Big property.
Yeah, right. So lots of privacy. It's going to be one of the bigger lots up here. Steep lot as well, so
I see a pool.
views.
I see a pool.
Yeah, we got a saltwater pool here as well. It's a 4,000 square foot home, 3 bedrooms, 5 baths, so lots of big rooms and big open spaces, right? Here's some of the views here that you're seeing, and it's got a triple car garage with the epoxy flooring. Right as we walk in to the doors, you'll see as well.
Oh, that's a big house.
Yeah, it's big. It's beautiful.
Huh.
Built in 2013, 2014. That's a solid iron door right there too. Floor to ceiling rock feature wall there. Really nice light fixtures throughout the home. It's a walkout rancher, so the primary is on the main, which is great. And 2 bedrooms down below. Den on the main floor as well. And then there's those windows too.
Wow.
And a cool feature about this one is the window covering is actually recessed right up into the ceiling, so you don't have a clunky
So you don't have any kind of like ballast or anything there. You get the full window experience. Oh,
yeah,
there going up right there, right?
And right at the click of a button.
A little bit of a view, eh?
Yeah.
Nice property.
So Wilden isn't that Kelowna's biggest master planned development? Is it?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it is bigger than Kettle Valley.
Yeah.
850 and counting right now. So.
That's a big family area there, eh?
Oh,
big kitchen.
Sure. Oh,
massive kitchen.
That's one of the coolest parts about this one actually is the kitchen's so big. It's got 2 full-size islands. So if you got
2 islands,
right? So if you're got family over, you're entertaining, everyone can be helping out in the kitchen.
Wow. Beautiful home.
Yeah, you won't miss a beat.
Wine fridge is too small though.
But there's 2 of them and a third one in the basement.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
You bet. So the high efficient or high-end appliance package with the Fisher Paykel, the Bosch, and the Miele for the built-in espresso and convection oven and stuff. Full-size mudroom. And in the master here, this is kind of cool actually. The flooring, the tile flooring is heated with the gas-fired boiler, not only in the ensuite washroom, but carries out through into the primary.
Floor is heated now with electricity, but with a gas-fired boiler?
Gas-fired boiler, which is cool because with the electricity, it's often it's not a very efficient way to heat the flooring. People don't end up using it because they see it on their monthly utility bill. With the gas, you won't even notice it.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's tied into the system. It's got heated flooring throughout the entire basement as well.
So that's nice.
That's a big deck. Eh?
One of the biggest patios I've ever seen.
Huh.
For sure.
Big view.
Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, saltwater pool and then a saltwater hot tub as well. That's only a few years old. It's got an outdoor kind of washroom, so there's a 2-piece with the sink and the toilet, and then an outdoor shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big hot tub.
Yeah, shower off without tracking.
Why would you go on vacation?
Why would you leave Kelowna for vacation anyways in the summer months,
there you
right?
Go.
But
what a spot. Outdoor shower, nice, beautiful.
Yeah, so you don't have to track water through the house.
And then blinds outside too.
Yeah, keeps you out of the wind and sun at the touch of a button. There's the stamped concrete flooring there. That's all heated. Got 2 bedrooms downstairs, a little bar there with the wine fridge.
Well, we won't keep onto this too long because if you want to go watch the rest of it, you can head to the ReMax website. You can find your listings.
Absolutely.
That's your listing, I take it?
That's right,
yeah. Do we want to share the price or do you want people to find out the price?
$2,690,000.
Awesome. $2,690,000, so 2.6.
2.699, yeah.
Nice property.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
If you sell your house in Vancouver, you still have 2.6 left.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, your postage stamp lot in Vancouver and come up to
You
your...
sell your 1,000 square foot home, you can have all of that and more.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, if you're in the right area, Vancouver definitely could, for sure.
Yeah, I know it's crazy down there, right? But that's a beautiful home. That's got to be in the 5,000 plus square foot.
It's 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Triple car garage in the front.
Triple car garage. Yeah, lots of parking. So.
Yeah, beautiful home. And that
Nice
just
property.
went on the listing, or?
Yep, we've been listed just 2 weeks now. So, yeah. So if you think you're interested, yeah, we'd love to have you through.
This is your guy.
Perfect.
Let's talk about stats.
Sure. So one of the things we talked a little bit last week, or a couple weeks ago, Jim, was just about everybody puts out stats and they're confusing. So we've got, here are 3 different types of average house price or home prices talked about. We hear about an average price,
Yep.
a median price, and a benchmark price. And all 3 of them right now, 2 are up, 1 are down in April compared to last year. So you kind of start to wonder, how do you really decipher what the stats mean and stuff? So I kind of just wanted to talk a little bit about what the difference is between the 3 of them. Average house price is pretty simple. Sell 20 homes,
That's
add
the
them
average
up,
of those.
divide them, and that's your average price. The median house price is if you sell 20 homes, you pick the value of the 10th home, that's the median price. So it's
the one in the middle.
right
of
in the
those.
middle
Yeah.
of the top and bottom.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
The benchmark is probably the one that's a lot more reliable, a lot more accurate. And how it's done is they put together a basket or a house, let's say, that is your typical home that people are buying in Kelowna. Let's say it might be 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 4,000 square feet, whatever the standard kind of normalized market is. And that's the home that they benchmark. Right. And so you'll be able to benchmark those. And I don't know if we have the slide available to put up or not, but that I sent earlier today, but if we do, it kind of shows the difference of what the 3 of them are, but they do range quite a bit in price. The median and the benchmark are relatively close this April compared to last, but the average house price was quite a bit different. So that's what you
Because
really...
if you have a $2.6 million home that sells, and then a lot at the higher end, and then not very many at the lower end, then you're obviously going to get a
you skew that number,
skewed
right?
average price, right?
Exactly. So that's where the benchmark number is more of a realistic number to work from. And the nice thing with the benchmark is they're starting to be able to break that number down more into neighborhoods. So you actually be able to look at a neighborhood and find out the benchmark price in that neighborhood. And because, like you said, the average house price, the median house price can be skewed by so many different angles.
Because Wilden is going to have obviously a higher benchmark price than, say, Glenmore, Rutland, or
Glen Rosa, West
or
Kelowna.
something like that, right?
Totally. Yeah. So that's really what I wanted to just kind of share with everybody, really kind of understand what you're looking at when you're looking at those numbers. And the thing with an average house price, it hasn't changed dramatically from last year. But what's probably changed most is what you're getting at that average price now. So that's where the statistics get a little bit hard to really internalize yourself. And without dealing with a professional agent that understands the market and knows the market, they can say, you know what, well, a year ago, this average house price was still $1 million, but you got this house for it versus this house today. And that's the difference, because when people start becoming, used to spending $1 million on an average house price, they still will spend that money. They just get a better house. So that's really what I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about stats today.
Now that makes a lot of sense, because then maybe focus if you're buying like on the benchmark as opposed to the average price, right? Because that's maybe a better number for the news organizations that want to talk about numbers. But the benchmark is probably helps you, especially if you're looking at a specific neighborhood, right? In Kelowna, buying in a neighborhood means a lot to because most of the neighborhoods have different kind of like features and pluses and minuses, right?
Totally. You're close to the lake, further away from the lake, closer to amenities, further away. It just does
trade-offs, right? Like you can get, if you're in Glen Rosa, obviously you're going to pay less, but you're not as close to a downtown center, right?
Exactly. You're making sure you call home to see if they need anything from the store before you get home.
You don't want to go back and forth, just like you're not running back for that milk, right?
Exactly. So that's really what's important, and that's where you get that help with a professional agent that understands the market and these stats and what's really changed over the last 12 to 18 months in our market. It's not just simply that the market is down. It's down in some areas and up in other areas, and it just really, the help of a professional can really make a difference.
How is, that's obviously one of the higher end homes in Kelowna. How is that upper luxury kind of market doing right now?
It's slower, like everything.
I mean, obviously, because that's always less buyers at that end too, right? There's not a ton of people at that end. right?
Yeah, but it's interesting though, because there are stuff you see come out and you'll see them pop off. Like we had a big waterfront home the other day. I don't think it was on the market 7 days, and it was in the $7 million range. And, so you've got those buyers that are sitting out there.
So I guess
for the right
unique
stuff.
homes like that too, like when somebody's looking for something unique, right? So it goes quick, right?
Well, and it's, a conversation we were having in the office the other day with some agents is, a lot of people, they list their home, and if they get an offer on it that day, they start to panic that they listed their home too cheap.
Right. Yeah.
But what they don't really understand really is that buyer might have been shopping for a home for 8 months.
Yeah.
So just like the house, the buyer's on the market as well. So they get to the stage where they're watching the system every day with their agent to find that new house, and they're in it right away. And if you don't get activity in your house in the first 7 to 10 days, you're now looking for new buyers coming to the market, because everybody that's been on the market has seen your house, right?
Because I know I bought a condo in Calgary, and it came on the market, and I bought it that next day.
Right. And how long had you been shopping for a condo in Calgary
For
before?
a while, right? But that one just fit the bill, right? That was like, okay, that's perfect, right? Yeah. And that's kind of like what you're saying, right?
It's exactly what I'm saying.
It showed up, and that's it, right? Because again, I'm sure at that level, there's not a ton of buyers, right? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But whereas in the the benchmark price, if you're at the lower end, there'll be a lot of buyers probably.
It's a pyramid, right?
Yeah.
The lower the price, the more buyers, and as soon as you start to get to the top of it, you reduce your buyer pool for sure. Definitely.
Kelowna obviously has quite a few million plus homes, I take it, right? If I looked once, it was a while ago, and I looked, Kamloops doesn't have as many million plus homes, right? Whereas compared to Kelowna and stuff like that.
Definitely. Kelowna, for the region, we have more of the $1 million plus homes than any of the other areas in the Okanagan.
But people have built bigger homes here too, obviously too, because of the lake and stuff like that too.
Get what you pay for.
Yeah. So like there's a lot of money in that home, obviously. Like you're talking about the flooring and stuff like that, gas. Like somebody made that choice. Probably cost more money to do that than just put electric in the floor, right?
And the location here, living in Kelowna, right? That's why we're.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then Wilden is a one of the premium neighborhoods too, right? And,
close to town still, which is nice about Wilden, right?
You coast all the way to the bottom on your bike and get somebody to give you a ride home.
Electric bike for the ride home.
That's right. So if you have questions or if you have reach out, we're going to actually start putting a form at the bottom of all these videos we do, because this one is sponsored by ReMax. Yeah. And if you have questions, if you want to know more about that listing, or if you have questions for Jerry on anything, you just reach out, fill out that form, and if you're not looking for that home, obviously. You can help with any type of home that somebody's looking for, right?
Absolutely. Without a doubt, for sure. We're here to help. Our office is full of full-time professional agents that's all they do in their world is look after home buyers and home sellers.
You want to talk about a rate cut? You want to pick a date?
You know what? That crystal ball. But I'll tell you what, we'll talk about it when we're here.
In 2 weeks?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe why don't we wait for that one till right after the rate cut?
Yeah, you bet.
We can talk about rates and what they're doing. We just had an economist with CIBC in to chat with us last week, and so it'll be interesting to see where we sit with that rate cut.
Yeah, no, I think it's we're due anyway. But so when it happens is the thing. I think to me it's a foregone conclusion that we're getting it. It's just a matter of when, right?
We'll get one for sure. If you're not putting a date on it, Jim, it's not that hard. There's no doubt about it. But, at least now I think the fear of more increases has gone away.
That's what I'm saying. Which is we're not looking at an increase. We're looking at a cut in the near future.
I believe you're exactly bang on there. And with no rate increases over the last while, is we've got that stability in for the buyers. So we're seeing buyers come back into the market now, just going, it's not going to get worse than we are now. Yeah. It's going to get better from here. So we are seeing buyers starting to jump in and take advantage of the situation.
Because people have to realize all those things have a lagging effect, right? So like those rate cuts, they tighten the money supply, but that thing will continue to tighten the money supply even after we start to get rate cuts, because it just takes a long time for that to work through the system. So once we start cutting rates, it'll take a while for that to kind of work through the system too, right? So
it will for sure, but I think there's quite a bit of pent up buyer demand waiting to see what the rates are going to do, and I think that if you're a buyer, right now, I would be doing my shopping now and
Yeah.
banking on the rate cut down the road and trying to take advantage of somebody who might be a little bit more motivated in their situation to sell right now as well, which as soon as we start to see some rate cuts, sellers' motivations, I think, will change at the same time. So
Yeah, that's there was an old motto from an organization, right? Be prepared.
Yeah.
Right. So like if you're interested in house shopping, now's the time to go out and pick out those 3 or 4 homes to get pre-approved and all that kind of stuff. And
you
so
know,
you can pull the trigger when it comes, right?
Warren Buffett, you buy when nobody wants to buy. You sell when everybody wants to buy. So right now, buying is scarce. It's the time to take advantage of it.
Buy when there's fear in the market.
Yep.
Sell when
Totally.
there's greed in the market.
Yep.
Totally, for sure.
There you go. We'll leave you that.
Awesome, Jim. Thanks very much. Appreciate
with
it.
The Warren Buffett comment there. And thank you for watching Kelowna Now.
See you guys in a couple weeks.